Hello everybody and welcome, I am Bricker Boom, and today we're continuing with the first runs that we did on the channel, and that means it's time to see if we can beat the game Pokemon FireRed with only an Eevee. Now, Eevee is a good Pokemon when you evolve it. Don't get me wrong, it's cute. With about 50 in every stat except for special defense, which is a bit higher, this particular challenge is gonna be pretty difficult for us, especially as we get into the later parts of the game. And honestly, the early part of the game is not going to be too easy for us. To take a look at Eevee's moveset, it does not get much by level up that will be useful except for Bite. Bite, Return, maybe Dig will probably be some of the main moves that'll carry us through the game. As we grab our Eevee, we give the rival Charmander, given the fact that it can be a physical or special attacker. That seemed like the hardest option for us to go against. With our nature, we have an adamant nature, which means more attack, less special attack, and our ability is Run Away, which basically guarantees escape from wild Pokemon. Not something that will be even remotely useful, but at least the nature will help us out. As we enter the lab rival battle, honestly, it goes about as well as it can go. With a Pokemon like Eevee, this is either going to be hit or miss, but we did end up winning. It's pretty well on par with other starters at this particular stage of the game, so honestly, a crit either way could have made this go in a completely different direction. But with that victory out of the way, we go ahead, go through the beginning of the game, grinding our way through Viridian Forest, and while we're doing that, I'd like to remind you to subscribe to the channel. We're working on watch hours, as always, and have just been building this little corner of the internet. If you want to hang out outside of the YouTube verse, there will also be a link to the Discord server that I run down below. After going through the forest, we double back to fight the rival, and at level 11, we almost one-shot it thanks to a crit. It responds with its own tackle, then goes down. Then, after that, it's Charmander, who opens with a scratch. We take it to almost half. Another scratch brings us to half, and then we can go ahead and take it out with a crit. Now that that's over, we're going to go ahead, double back, head through the forest, and then the Brock's gym. Truthfully, I'm not even sure that I want to beat him at this level, but I'd at least like to try. But then it turns out that we can't even get past the Light Years trainer. He has a Geodude that likes to spam Defense Curl, just like Brock's, so without much of a choice, we do end up having to level up. If we can't beat a Geodude and a Sandshrew that are at a lower level, there is no way that we're going to beat a Geodude and then an Onix. This takes us all the way to level 20 just to get past this dude. Now, let's see if we can go ahead and take on the big man himself. Brock starts with Geodude, and I'll be honest, there is not a lot to cover here. Geodude likes to spam Defense Curl, and with the occasional tackle, we can take it down with plenty of HP to spare. With Onix, we do a couple sand attacks to hurt its accuracy even further. Rock Tomb isn't 100% accurate, might as well make that worse. And then just start chipping away at it. Despite these sand attacks, it still manages to whittle us down to 9 HP before it goes down, and that wins us the first badge. Now that that nonsense is out of the way, we should have a little bit easier of a time moving forward. The rival won't be able to hit us with super effective damage, and neither will Misty. By the time we fight Misty, we should also have access to Bite, probably, and while that does go off our poor special attack, it can still offer some decent chip damage, and if we outspeed, there is the chance for that flinch, too. So we do fight a majority of the trainers that we come across, and along the way, I grab the Dome Fossil because that's the only one that actually matters. After that, it's a quick trip into Cerulean, and we go ahead and challenge the rival first this time around. Misty may not be the most difficult, but I'm sure that she'll still be able to cause some problems for us. The rival first sends out Pidgeotto, and we use Quick Attack, taking it to almost half as it uses its own attack. We do take it down after a Gust hits, then it's out to Rattata, and we just kind of continue with our main attacking move, taking it to red as it tail whips, and then we can take it out. From there, it's Charmander, and we can take it to almost half as Metal Claw does a little damage, then we knock it out with a crit. Finally, it's out to Abra, and it can't do anything, so we can take it down for an easy first try victory. After that, we do try the Misty fight just to see how things go, and we use Quick Attack to take Staryu to yellow, as it hits Water Pulse and confuses us. We push past that to smack it with a Quick Attack. Then, with Starmie, we smack ourselves, and Water Pulse does a decent chunk of damage. We do manage to connect the next turn for maybe a fifth of its health, and then we immediately get knocked out. Yeah, we need to clear the trainers to the north before trying this again. Depending on how things go, we may need to fight some of the trainers to the south as well. Worst case scenario, we can always get on the ship and fight them. So we go to the route to the north, clearing as many trainers as we can, and then afterwards we head back to Misty to see if things go any better. Staryu is first, and at this level we can take it to yellow as it uses Harden, then it goes down to a crit. Next up is Starmie, and Quick Attack takes it below half with a crit. Water Pulse is doing about 20 damage, so we chance the Tail Whip that we need as we get hit again, and then Quick Attack to get a guaranteed KO, win the battle, and allow us to move on to the next leg of the game. With that, though, we can go to the ship and start making our way through there. Honestly, we don't focus too much on every trainer, but we do definitely clear out the ones that we need the items from. At the end of the day, we're still using an Eevee, and I suspect as the game goes on, we're gonna run into some issues, but for now, we should be fine. We do have a rival fight that we have to take care of. If for some reason we're not able to beat him at this level, we'll go ahead and finish off the rest of the trainers on the ship. There's still probably about 10 or 11 fights that we can do if needed. The rival first starts off with Pidgeotto, and we open with Quick Attack, taking it to almost half as we hit with a weak attack. We do get hit with Gust, and then we knock it out. We do learn Bite just for the coverage, and then it's time for Raticate. We take it to yellow as Hyper Fang does solid damage before it goes down. After that, it's Kadabra, and we swap over to Bite as it uses Disable. We take it to red, then take it out with a Quick Attack. After that, it's Charmeleon, and we take it to almost half as a crit Ember takes us to 21 HP. We do get knocked down to 5 HP before we take it down to win the battle. After giving the captain a good old back rub, we go ahead, head to the gym. Surge first starts with Voltorb, and we open up with Quick Attack, taking it to under half as it misses, and then we take it down. After that, it's Pikachu, and we take it down with a single Quick Attack, thankfully not proccing the static ability. Finally, it's Raichu. We take it to not quite half, but this time we do get paralyzed off static as it sets up double team. Shockwave does decent damage, and we use a Tail Whip, then swap over to Quick Attack, and that's enough to knock it down to win the third badge. Now that 3 badges are down, it's time for some more travel, and once again, getting into Celadon won't be doing much for us. Eevee has such a limited moveset even with TMs that we can't learn much of anything through here. Although now, finally, that I'm writing this script, I definitely should have switched Bite out with Shadow Ball since it goes off physical, but it's fine. Now that we're through here, though, I do want to see if we can go to fight Erica. Worst case scenario, we can't beat her, we have other options. Erica first sends out Victory Bell, and we use Return, taking it to a little under half, then get paralyzed with Stun Spore. Giga Drain takes us to not quite half, and we do stay paralyzed. We get taken to yellow, and another Return takes it to red, but then Erica heals. We take it back to a little under half, and then Giga Drain takes us to red. We take it to red, and then it finishes us off with another Giga Drain. We do try this a couple times, and honestly, it ain't going any better, so let's go ahead and see if Giovanni goes better. Onyx is first, so we use Bite, taking it to not quite half as it flinches. We take it to red as Rock Throw connects, and then it goes down. Rhyhorn is out, and we take it to right about half, and it also flinches. Fury Attack connects, but then it goes down. And then last but not least is Kangaskhan, and it uses Tail Whip, and we take it to not quite half with Return as Mega Punch connects to take us to red. We then take it to red as well, and it knocks us out with another Mega Punch. I think that we can win at this level, and a few attempts later, we do get the win. That's mostly due to Giovanni not using Mega Punch every single turn. We still get taken down to 14 HP because, again, Eevee is awful. However, we won, so now we're going to run back to Erica and see if these couple extra levels make any type of difference. With Erica, we take the Victory Bell to yellow, and it actually ends up missing its Stun Spores, so we can take it down to finally get past her first Pokemon without any kind of status condition. Tangela goes to red and poisons us as Erica heals up, and then we can actually take it down. Vileplume comes out, and we actually end up landing a critical hit to take it down, and that wins us the battle. Alright, now we can go ahead and head back to Lavender Town into a literal graveyard that our rival challenges us in, because clearly, you're not allowed to mourn in the Pokemon world. The rival starts with Pidgeotto as usual, and we get hit with Quick Attack, and Return takes it out in one go. Next is Gyarados, and we use Return, taking it to yellow as it uses Thrash, and then we can take it down. Execute comes out, we take it to yellow as it puts us to sleep, and we snooze for 4 turns before waking it up and finish it off, though we are hurting. The Kadabra is out and is kind enough to be one-shotted. Last is Charmeleon, and Ember takes us to 22 HP, and we swap to Return to take it out and narrowly win this particular battle. I trash talk this particular battle a lot, and now the gods almost made me pay. Now that we're basically halfway through the game and have some travel and some Safari Zone Scramble, we can go ahead and talk about Eevee as a whole, and also Theorycraft for the back half of the game. As you know, Eevee is honestly pretty horrible, at least in combat. Viability and usefulness, if you're able to evolve it, is off the charts, but for a challenge like this, it's just not good. Overall, for the next part of the game, we're gonna struggle probably quite a bit. Koga is tanky and likes to use Toxic, so I don't see that going too well. Sabrina probably won't be too bad since we're at least somewhat quick, and we can have the Quick Claw, so as long as we can take them out in one shot, we should be good. Blaine, Giovanni, not gonna lie, don't even want to think about those two. If you can't tell, I tend to write these scripts as I go along, so even I'm not entirely sure how things are gonna go. Also, if you don't mind, I did something a little bit different with this particular thumbnail than I normally do, just trying out a new design, so let me know in the comments below what you think. Was it more eye-catching? Did it confuse you because I've been using a similar thumbnail and this is just way out of left field? I can go back to the old style, I can keep this new one. I'm basically just trying a couple new things that may appease the algorithm. But for now, let's go ahead, we'll fight Koga, see how things go for us, because even getting through his gym was a bit of a pain for us. Coughing is first, and we open with Return, and I just noticed that we're injured. Fantastic. We take it to yellow, and Sludge hits hard with a crit, then we take it down. Next out is Muck, and Return takes it to half as it uses Minimize. We miss, Sludge takes us to 4 HP, we miss again, and then go down. Okay, so let me try that a few more times after I heal up. And you know what's crazy? Still doesn't go well. If the luck lines up properly, we can get to the Wheezing, but then we usually get knocked out pretty easily. So without any other big options ahead, we go ahead and head out to Sylph Co. and try to take out a few trainers. And, I mean, while we're here, we'll at least try the rival fight. I doubt we can win, but we might as well try. And, given the fact that we probably can't win, what we'll do is, at that point, we'll take out the rest of the trainers, then go back to Koga and see how we do. With the rival, he starts with Pidgeot, and we open with Return as Wing Attack does solid damage. We take it to around half, get hit with Feather Dance, then take it to red as we take it down. We do get to Gyarados, but then a few twisters later, we go down. So what we do is we go through the rest of Sylph Co, make sure that we get some levels and a few extra vitamins. After that, we head back to Koga's gym, and we'll see where things lead us. Coughing goes down to a single Return, and then with Muck, we take it to yellow as it uses Minimize, and then we can actually take it down. Next up is another Coughing, and we can take it to a Sliver as Koga wastes a few potions before finally letting it go down. Wheezing is a bit tanky. We get it with Sludge and then take it to red as it takes us to 27 HP. Given the fact, though, that Koga used up all of his potions on the prior Coughing, we can take this Wheezing down to win the battle. Now we can head back to Sylph Co and see if we can stand up against a rival. We do have some levels and another badge boost, so this is definitely possible. Pidgeot is first and goes to yellow as it uses Feather Dance, then goes down. The Gyarados is next and lowers our attack even further. It uses Dragon Rage and then a Bite, and then we can take it down to win the battle. Charizard is out and takes us to 17 HP, but we get a crit with our Return to take it down. Execute uses Confusion, knocking us to 1 HP, but we get another crit to take it down. When Alakazam is out, it uses Future Sight, misses Disable, so it goes down to let us win the battle with a single HP on our side. I can't make that any better. That's perfect. Let's move on to Giovanni. Nidorino is up first, so we use Return, taking it down and naturally getting poisoned. We can then take down the Nidoqueen, but by the time we do, the Kangaskhan is able to very easily take us down. Let me try that again. Nidorino goes down in one shot, but this time we don't get poisoned. Nidoqueen is next, and we take it to yellow as Double Kick takes us to yellow, and then we take it down with another Return. Kangaskhan takes a bit of damage from Bite, and we do flinch it. We take it to yellow, it uses Tail Whip, and then it goes down. After that, we focus on Bite against the Rhyhorn, and with a few attacks, we can take it down with a good old 16 HP to spare, winning us this next battle. Now we can go ahead and see how we'll do against Sabrina. I'm not sure if I'll be able to take out her speedy Mons, but as long as we focus on the physical attacks, we should be fine, right? Right. Sabrina first sends out Kadabra, and we open with Return, taking it out in one shot. Next out is Mr. Mime, and we take it down in one shot as well. This is going suspiciously well. Venomoth is a one shot, and then finally it's out to Alakazam, who takes us to about half with Psychic as we use Return to knock it out, win the battle. Which is good, because if you didn't notice, we got a special drop, and that would have made it so it took us out the very next turn. With that, though, we'll head to Cinnabar Island, and we'll see if we can go up against Blaine. Blaine having multiple Intimidate Pokemon, I think, is going to be pretty difficult for us to go against. We don't have a strong enough special attack, nor do we learn any really good special moves to be able to try and win the battle that way. So our best chance at being able to win this battle is probably going to be brute forcing our way through the fight the best that we can. Blaine first sends out Growlithe, and we take it out in one go. Next out is Ponyta, and we take it to red as Fire Blast connects and burns, and Blaine heals. So now we can take it to not even half due to the burn, and while we do manage to bring it back to red, we just end up going down. Now I will say this wasn't our best attempt, but our best attempt wasn't that much better, to be honest. With his Pokemon being able to cut down on our physical attack, it's just too difficult to be able to take him down. So without much of a choice, we just have to go ahead and level and then try again. My guys, it's an Eevee. What do you expect? So now, we're at level 65, and we can take both the Growlithe and the Ponyta down in a single shot. We can take the Rapidash down to yellow, and Blaine does spend a few turns healing up, but we're able to go ahead and take it down. After that, it's Arcanine. We don't take it to half. Fire Blast takes us into the yellow, and our next return gets a crit, so that actually takes it down, winning us the next badge. So we have one more badge to go, and this one is a doozy. So much so that I'm not even going to cover the first of the attempts. So I just want to run some numbers here by you. Poison Point is an ability that has a 30% chance to poison when physical contact is made. Somehow, some way, we are getting poisoned first turn basically every single time that we were attacking. We have to level up again, and honestly, I had a feeling that we would probably end up leveling, but I assumed it would be from the physical damage that we took, and not the fact that I'm somehow getting poisoned every single time I try to attack. I don't know if it's coded that Eevee has just a weakened immune system, or what is going on, but Giovanni's Poison Point luck in this made me put down the controller and walk away for a little while. I was getting that tilted about it. And I don't rage at games often at all. I do randomizers for fun. So, at level 70, and 9 attempts in, we take Rhyhorn to yellow with Bite, and then Giovanni ends up healing. We could take it back to yellow, and then it ends up going down. The Nidoqueen comes out, and we can take it to red. Next turn, we take it out. After that, Nidoking is a one-shot. From there, Dugtrio is also a one-shot. Not sure if we outspeed or if the Quick Claw came in clutch. And then finally, we take Rhyhorn to about half. We take it down, and we are finally done with this gym battle. We have one more battle before the Elite Four, and it can definitely be a roadblock, but we'll see what happens. Once we beat that battle, we'll talk about the Elite Four as individuals. If you've watched these videos before, I've recently started doing a little bit of theory crafting for the Elite Four, but for now, though, we'll go ahead and see how things go against that rival fight. Pidgeot's up first, and we take it to red as Wing Attack does a bit of damage before it goes down. Next out is Rhyhorn, and we bite it to below half as Takedown connects, then it goes down. Next out is Execute, and we swap to Return, taking it down in one go. Alakazam comes out, and it disables our Return, so we swap to Bite as it Calm Minds, and then goes for Dig as it Calm Minds again. It blasts the air with that Psychic Energy, and then goes down to Dig. Gyarados comes out, and we can go back to Return, taking it to right about half. It sets up Rain Dance, which is honestly best case scenario, and then we can take it down. Last up is Charizard, and the Rain being set up was exactly what we needed, because now Flamethrower doesn't do much as we return it to take it down with one critical hit to win the battle. Thank you, Gyarados, I appreciate the assist. So, the Elite Four, Lorelei can be difficult given the fact that she does have a few bulky Pokemon, mostly Lapras and Slowbro. Bruno, on the other hand, for the first time in a hot minute, Bruno will be incredibly difficult. Probably more so with Eevee than it was with Pikachu, and is likely going to wreck us for a while. Agatha, that's going to be hit or miss, honestly. Bite can deal super effective damage, but her putting us to sleep will probably be a huge issue, and the fact that she also raises her own accuracy. Then you have Lance, and I mean, it's Dragonite against Eevee, and we don't have anime plot armor that Ash did, so after we make our way through Victory Road, we do our last little stock up, and then we go to fight Lorelei. Dugong is up first, and we take it to a little under half, and it sets up Safeguard before it goes down. Next up is Cloyster, and it wastes some time with Protect as we just keep using Bite. It does set up Spikes, because why not? And then it goes down. As Slowbro comes out, we return it as it uses Surf. We use Bite, and then swap back to Return to knock it out. Last up is Lapras, her scariest Pokemon, and we take it to half as Ice Beam takes us to nice HP, and then we get the knockout. And then after that, Jinx is too physically frail to be able to withstand a hit, and it goes down to one shot to win a pretty simple battle overall. Alright, let's try Bruno. And it turns out that I was right when I was talking earlier. We can take Onix to red with some flinches, and Bruno heals up. He swaps over to Machamp, and a single cross absolutely annihilates us. Now here's the thing, even if Machamp isn't sent out, the Hitmonchan or the Hitmonlee are both strong enough to be able to take us out, so naturally, as I usually do while talking about this, I'll play a couple other attempts in the background. The only thing I can think to do when we get stonewalled like this, and unfortunately that is level up. At level 80, we can flinch the Onix twice and take it to red. Bruno heals up and we bite it again, and that's when the Hitmonchan comes out. After that, we swap over to Return and take it out. Hitmonlee is next, and we can actually one-shot it as well. With the Machamp, we take it to pretty close to red, as the berry takes it well out of healing range, and it uses Bulk Up. Thankfully, the Bulk Up isn't enough to stop our next return from taking it out. The injured Onix comes out, and we can take it out with another bite, and then after that, his other Onix goes to half, goes to a sliver, heals up, and then 2 more shots we could take it down to win the battle, and finally move on. Time to face Agatha, and it's also at this point, I didn't really realize until I was editing the footage, I did level up. I just kind of forgot to mention that. It was not going well, just BT dubs. Gengar is up first, and we take it to yellow and flinches, so it goes down. Golbat goes to red and confuses us, then Agatha heals. We do take it back to red, and then we can take it out. Arbok is next, so we smack ourselves and get hit with Sludge. We take it below half, get hit with Sludge, and then we can take it out. Gengar actually misses its Hypnosis when it's back out, and that's what lets us take it down with a bite. Then finally, it's out to Haunter, and we can take it to red, and then we can take it out to win the battle. Lance time. Lance starts with Gyarados, and we can take it to half, then knock it out. With Aerodactyl, it does a good job stalling us, and we do end up taking it down because of the recharge from Hyper Beam, but then the Dragonite just comes in and finishes the job. We do spend a long time stuck on this battle, and we do honestly end up getting to level 100. Now, I know in the past I said that if we get to level 100 and we don't have the ability to take it down, then we'll learn Double Team to try and help our chances. But I do want to try to get past it without doing that. However, it is an Eevee, and even at level 100, we're hardcore struggling against Lance. Honestly, had I not done this challenge before, it's possible I would have said that this is a bit of a wash, because it took 37 attempts just to get past him. But let's take a look at that last try. Gyarados goes to yellow and uses Bite, and we can take it down to win the next turn. Then it's out to Aerodactyl, and we get a critical hit to take it down. With Dragonite, we take it to right about half as the berry activates. To make sure we don't knock it into healing range, we use Bite as it uses Outrage, and then we can take it down. Dragonair goes to a Sliver, use Dragon Rage, and then Lance heals up, and we take it down next turn. After that, the next Dragonair goes down to win us the battle. Okay, we just have one more battle to go. Pidgeot is a one-shot, and then when Alakazam is out, we're able to outspeed it and one-shot it as well. Exeggutor goes to yellow and misses, so that lets us take it down. With Rhyhorn, we dig, take it to half as it uses Scary Face, then repeat the process to take it down. Next out is Gyarados, and Hydro Pump connects as we take it below half, then take it down. Last up is Charizard. We take it to yellow, and Fire Blast takes us to 61 HP as we Bite to keep it from healing range, and Fire Blast misses, so we can take it out to win the battle and the run. This took a lot of attempts. We just needed that Fire Blast to miss, not burn, and not crit. And honestly, I am so happy that starters are done and over with. For next week, I have no idea what I'm going to be doing. The randomizer race I was doing with my friend on stream is currently over, but here in the next month or so, we're going to be doing a full randomizer set, entrances included, and we'll have to 100% the game, so that'll be a fun way to lose my sanity further. That totally wasn't my idea or anything. Nope, that's crazy. Not completely sure what I have going on for next week in regards to challenges, but I want to do something that won't cause me to pull my hair out. So maybe we'll do a Snorlax in Gen 3, since I haven't done a solo run with it for a long time. Or maybe I'll do Heracross in Gen 1. Whichever one you want to see more, let me know in the comments below. Probably going to end up doing both at some point. But for now, I have my car back, so things are finally starting to get back to normal. Fingers crossed they stay that way. Stay safe out there, and as always, if you liked the video, even if you didn't like the video, hit the like and subscribe button, because it really does help me out. And until next time, everybody, peace out!